and this is part 2 of the reading for Danielle. Danielle, your present card, card number 1, it's talking about presently you are in a very busy period of life, but this is one of those really good busy periods during which you're positive about the direction that things are going. You're learning to go with the flow, which is it's at a really quick pace right now. Trying to slow things down because you aren't ready or maybe you're fearful um, isn't advisable right now, because this is really an opportunity to get where you want to be in life. So you kind of have to deal with the fast pace of everything. What you really want to do right now, if anything, is just focus in on a singular goal and devote yourself to it. Um, because the way the energy is flowing and how rapidly it's all moving, you should be able to accomplish it in a shorter period of time than you're imagining. Card 2 is potential challenges going on. um, Again, this card is reflecting the fact that you're pursuing some kind of a goal. You're charged up with a clear vision and you're just moving forward in leaps and bounds to try to turn this into reality for yourself. A challenge in this is that you might be a little impatient for the outcome to happen. And again, this is why I'm stressing that time is just going to move really, really fast with this. So it's going to be okay. But because everything is moving so fast in your life, and um, it's it's like you don't really have a clear plan of attack of how you're going to manage all this, but that'll come into play. Card number 3 is talking about that's this card right here, which you may need to focus on. So you may have reached like this period of where you're butting heads with someone close to you. And what Spirit is more or less asking is that if you're feeling stuck with this and how to handle this, to try to remove those protective blinders that we all wear, and to try to look at the situation from another angle, gain a different perspective about it, and to try to find compromise if you can, because without that, the situation isn't going to move forward. You're just going to be two stubborn billy goats butting heads. Because yeah, you often find yourself being stubborn, and you know that about yourself, and and then after you kind of feel bad about being stubborn, so then you slide into this more peacemaker role. So what you need to do, instead of doing that and totally bowing down when that guilt comes into play, is to try to handle the situation by doing what you feel is best for both of you in this situation, in this friendship, relationship, whatever this might be. Could be family dynamic as well. So, recent past, card number 4 is talking about your recent past. And it seems, again, this is, the period of where the birth of the school that you're rushing towards came into play. It's just more or less talking about that this idea came on really strong and just filled you with direction. Like you knew this is where you wanted to head and what you wanted to do, but you questioned for a little bit if you could juggle it. But it seems like you more or less have decided to go with it, and I do feel that that's the right thing, because I think this is an opportunity to grow on a lot of different levels for yourself. Card number 5 is talking about your strengths. You're a person who overcomes obstacles by drawing upon your strong self-confidence. You have a strong self-belief, and you're somebody who is always working on continual self-improvement, so that's a strength for you. You hold not only like a deep courage, but persistence whenever you're dealing with anything, and that inner strength and determination really gets you far. So card number 6 is talking about your near future. Again, this is in weeks and months ahead. What this was the King of Pentacles reversed. Is talking about something to do with finances, or something to do with some kind of financial issues that are going to be coming up for you. It seems like you have been pretty successful in making a comfortable life for your family and yourself. But it's also the sense of as soon as the cash hits the bank, it's on its way out again. It's the type of energy where there might be a little bit of overspending that needs to be looked at. But it also seems like you have a habit of putting money or earning money ahead of other things. And this could begin to have a negative impact on your personal relationships coming up. You have this really strong work ethic, but again, in this period of time coming up, I really want you to consider giving yourself a break and some permission to enjoy the people in your life, those around you. Card number 7. Card number 7 is talking about your self-perception. It seems you really do worry about personal failure and you don't want others to know about that. That would almost, not embarrassing, but it would almost like the sense of humiliation at the thought of that. And you just really don't want others to know if you make a mistake. You tend to keep those feelings of fear, failure to yourself. But now it might be the time for you to be more open and to talk about it with somebody you trust. You hide when you're in pain. You don't like to show it. And you're really good at hiding it. You're so good at it that you're able to fool most people. You take yourself serious, extremely serious. You want to be viewed as serious and mature. But, you also have the silly side. And that joking side, that silly side is often a mask when you're trying to hide that you're not okay. Because there are times when we don't feel okay, when we feel upset. And you don't like other people to see that in you. But it's okay to be truly happy. You have to give yourself permission to be truly silly, because you do have a really good sense of humor. And it's also okay to talk about when you're not. It's okay to talk about when you're stressed, when you're angry. That's all justifiable and it's human emotion and it's real. So you perceive yourself as needing to have it all together, but in reality, nobody does. And it's okay to admit that. Card number 8 is talking about what you need to know about how others see you. So what comes in is that you really do have some true friends. They're more like sisters. It's more like a sister energy. I don't know if these are actual sisters or these are really true friends who have become like family to you. But your friends and family are big supports to you and they encourage you in all your successes. And you're just blessed in that way because not everybody has such a powerful team on their side. And they see you as being very social and your tribe always wants you to make time for them. And they understand you have a very busy schedule, but they love your positive energy and your humor. So, card number 9 is talking about hopes and fears and your fear. And this gets a little, just bear with me on it. When it came through, I questioned whether to put this in, but I figured you're going to understand it. But I don't want you to take it the wrong way. But it is talking about, and I know fears are a really private thing, and especially with someone like you don't like other people to know your weakness or certain things. So just bear with me. It seems from this reading that you fear that you may have done something that you personally don't see as morally right. Others in your life are most not likely aware about this. So you are having like this fear of whether to hide this or hope that no one finds out, or for you to, you don't know whether to own up to your mistake or to take like action on it. You don't know how to resolve a situation. So what Spirit has said is that whatever you choose about how you handle this in your conscience, you have to be okay with that. You have to do what feels right. And again, I want to remind you that your inner critic is always in full effect. You are somebody who truly criticizes themselves like almost daily, almost daily. Um, and that's something Spirit is asking you to work on. So while you're sitting there and you're evaluating every move you make, you're constantly coming down on yourself, and Spirit just wants to remind you to show yourself a little bit of kindness and compassion because you deserve it. We all make mistakes. So card 10 is talking about your potential future. Now this is a further future than the other card. You may be competing with someone. I don't know if this is for a job position or this is for, there's some sense of competition, and I don't know if this is employment, school. Doesn't feel like in a personal life type of a way, but there's going to be some kind of competition in something coming up. And you need to stay focused on balance between work, home, personal, and what I feel strongly is the furthering of your education. Again, I've seen that multiple times in this reading that you are going back to school. You'll need to have like this everything in moderation approach in the remainder of 2021 and even into 2022. This is going to be a big period of self-evaluation. You're really going to need to assess your priorities almost daily. But this isn't a bad thing. This is going to be a huge period of self-growth and healing for you, and also of letting go of some strict rules you've held yourself to, because it's going to allow you to become more free-spirited and more carefree, and just your growth is going to be outstanding after this period of time. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you have any questions, just send me a message. Thank you.